Lockdown in Ukraine cannot be avoided. This opinion was expressed by Chief State Secretary Doctor of Ukraine Igor Kuzin. In his opinion, the epidemic situation in Ukraine is worsening.
In the nearest future, Ukraine will leave the green zone. We will be forced to introduce a yellow one. There will be tougher restrictions, for instance, on attending public events or gyms. But if we talk about the red level of danger, it is not likely to be established until November.
Ukraine is just one step away from the yellow zone, Minister of Health Viktor Leshko said. Therefore, the issue of tightening quarantine was brought up to the meeting of the Cabinet of Ministers, and most likely the new rules will be provided starting Monday, September the 13th. The rules of quarantine for yellow zone are suggesting the following restrictions. Mass events can be held if 4 square meters are provided per person. No more than 50% of seats can be occupied in cinemas or any other cultural institutions. 10 square meters shall be provided per person in gyms and fitness centers, and there are no restrictions on working hours of restaurants, cafes and bars. The minister also assured that the restrictions will not affect the work of public transport. By the way, during last lockdown, getting to work became the #1 problem for many Ukrainians.
The biggest problem was with the transport, when there were no minibuses and for all means of public transport permits were required. This was probably the most difficult thing. In general, the lockdown atmosphere is pressing.
Not everyone has a permit, but many people have to go somewhere. One, for instance, works at a job which doesn't issue permits. It means he has to go by taxi or by bicycle.
The situation with COVID is still under control, according to Kyiv School of Economics, but pressure on the medical system continues growing. The most cases were registered at Chernivtsi region, but the rest of the territories are also under threat.
We predicted this period, we expected the rise of cases, and now we care that this rise would not be painfully rapid and would not exceed our ability to provide medical care.
In Kharkiv and the region, 45 cases of the Delta variant have already been confirmed, and the only way to avoid spreading the disease is through vaccination. In Kharkiv alone, up to 13,000 people get jabs every day.
Last week, 50 samples of material were sent to the laboratory in Kyiv, and on the eve of the weekend we received confirmation that out of 50, 45 were Delta variant. Most of the cases are mild, but based on the fact that we have an official confirmation, we will take care of every patient and contact persons so that we have full picture.
Given the adaptive quarantine, the entire country moves from the green to the yellow zone. Further, depending on the situation in a particular region, it can be changed to orange or even red level. Reported by Vadim Kramer, Olena Diduch and Natalia Bilokudra, UATV News.